Welcome, Sojourners. You have found yourself a cozy place here at Sojourners Awake. I'm Jonathan, and this is our production of The Fairy and the Free. Like you, the Sojourners are on a mission. They face conflict, and sometimes even danger. And in this most recent production, the Sojourners have made it into the party at Castle Feathermore, surrounded by giant men and women, powerful genies, and dangerous vampires. The Sojourners navigate the intrigue and politics within Castle Feathermore, all the while keeping out for signs of the green swan Frisia. And so for now, our story continues. Before the gates of Castle Feathermore, the Sojourners stood in line. And in this high society where folks rode in on magic carpets and paid 10 gold for entrance fees, the Sojourners distinguished themselves while walking, carrying around heavy gold coins. One proud genie stooped to name-calling: soil shoes, landwalkers, laden foots. This surprisingly incited Samoon to retort and confront the genie to her face. Samoon learned firsthand that she would prefer the old days where Genasi were born into slavery to serve the command of the Djinns. The genie learned that Samoon was not accustomed to being insulted as an orphan or a slave. This set into motion a street fight in which the Sojourners battled an elemental, and though suffering many bruises, the three stood their ground proudly, and our Genasi Ranger finished off the foe with a potent strike. Now within the walls of Castle Feathermore, the Sojourners kept their eyes peeled for any signs of the green swan. However, Triyina stumbled into a conversation with a drow woman who herded her brood around her to keep them from disrupting the party, where her husband served as an important guest, the manager of the Cloud Factory. The Sojourners only have to navigate in this sophisticated party and find the location of the Green Swan before they return to Bonzaro. And so for now, our story continues. Immediately, the music begins to play loudly, announcing that there's only one more hour till the gates of Castle Feathermore open and the second phase of the party begins. Out on the balcony, you see him, the Cloud Giant, a tall man of 12 feet, along with his wife and his beautiful daughter. Baron Feathermore arrives with his family, makes the announcement: "Esteemed guests and welcome travelers, thank you for joining the Feathermore party. Please enjoy yourself to the utmost. For it is but one life you are given in this world. Take hold of it while you can." After saying this common greeting, everyone erupts in applause and a few cheers. The two drow children get excited, run into each other, crash from all the sugar, and begin to yawn sleepily. Duvana kind of motions with her eyes to you, Triyina. "Children, am I right? That is my announcement. It is time for me to take them into our home. It was a pleasure talking with you, I must say."
Oh, is it that late already?
Yeah. Oh yes, I believe it's just a little bit more time before, I think an hour, to finish up the festivities here. It's really just an opportunity for the guests to have one more drink before they enter. There's a special drink. She points out to a bar manager that's serving these very potent potions. And like the effects of the drink, the glasses are giant. And you watch as a woman just guzzles down this drink and then slowly cries out, "Engorgio!" and then doubles in size. She goes from being 5 feet to 10 feet tall, everything magically assuming with her. She stands up, proud to be in this giantess body now. She has gathered the attention of many suitors, and even Baron Feathermore. Duvana continues. You see what I mean? It's it is a strange world, but we are getting used to it.
Oh, well, what happens at this second phase of the party? Do we all have to do that?
No, I haven't really. I've only been once, and I did not partake, of course, but I was the smallest person there. The only reason is the giants, I believe they are, but they are the last of their kind. I don't know if you know the history, but there are not many giants left. So, as often as they like to dance, court, even go on magic carpet rides, they don't get to do very often with just small folk like us.
Of course.
And the effects only last 4 to 8 hours. It's not that long. Some people say it's addicting. It's hard to come back into living such a small body.
Oh. It seems like it'd be so inconvenient to always be that big. I'm so sorry. I'm rambling to you, and we were off to find, her face is still bleeding, some help. It was really, really nice to talk with you. I appreciate it. It was nice to meet you.
Blessings on you. She takes her leave. Samoon, during this party, how do you appear?
Samoon is still using his staff as a crutch. He's still feeling the blows. In the conversation, just being able to like stop and talk, and more so just listen. The pain isn't as bad as initial, but every little tweak, he just kind of flinches a little bit. He's definitely looking for something substantial to kind of help him kind of regain himself. But what he is in particularly looking for is the genie whom he met at the gate, and he's just kind of panning around, and he just wants to see if he can see her, and he's waiting for her to be what he would feel is like a company of equivalent beings, and he's just kind of observing from a distance if he's able to spot her at all. To like swindle up behind her in the company where she's like in amongst equals, because I want to make a statement in the midst of her equals. But right now I'm just observing, like to see if she's even around.
Okay, you see the genie, and she's next to her maiden. She's talking with some of her friends. You see a red genie that every time he laughs, he erupts in flames. So people keep a pretty wide berth around him. And then you see another genie who is standing inside of what looks like a flower pot full of water. And he only goes so far before his servant drags the pot closer to him to keep his wet and sloshy body. And of course, every time he laughs and talks, he just spits, and water and salt water just goes flowing everywhere. Some of it hisses on the other genie, and they sizzle and steam together, laughing and talking. She is enduring this, but she is continuing to talk with these two genies. They are all currently talking amongst each other and enjoying the bucking sky horse. A little man just hangs on to this stallion with wings, and the announcer counts, "Go!" and the horse just tries to buck him off, and they bet to see how long he can stay on. And so with that scene in mind, Bertie, what are you paying attention to, and how do you respond?
Bertie's looking around at all the games and like the festivities and everything. Specifically, she has a hunch that there's going to be a party, and she wants to change her outfit to party attire. And then she wants to try one of the games.
The other game you notice besides the bucking sky horse is Hunt a Boar. Within this large cloud maze, this ravenous boar of enormous size is let loose. And then one after the other, like a minotaur maze, these contestants go in. Occasionally you hear the rejoicing sounds of a pig squeal. Everyone begins clapping, knowing that barbecue is on the way. And sometimes you hear more human-like squeal and groans of a lost bet. You also see the helium bar and the giant potion bar as well. You also see that there is a medic tent that is currently being manned by 2 gifts, and they are not talking. They are standing with their short, stubby hippopotamus hands at their side, waiting for any incidences to occur.
Hey, guys, I think the nurse is over there. Remember that lady that helped you that Triyina didn't like very much? I think they're over there, though. You can go over there and maybe they can heal you.
Yeah, it's that lady. I guess we better get this over with. Oh man, I've bled all over my... You think they have a dress attire? Well, one thing at a time. Triyina's gonna start walking over there.
Oh, that is a good spot, Bertie. I thank you. One moment, I will be right back. And, yeah, seeing the genie, Samoon is just going to kind of just slowly take his way. He's going to grab whatever drink happens to be passing by off a tray. So
Elemental fire genie just rips. And then I told him he can take all his payments and send it to the bank because there was no bank. It was a joke all the time.
Excuse me, Your Excellencies. Please pardon me for my egregious interruption, but I wanted to give my thanks to this most excellent madam. Thank you for the breath of fresh air. It's not common for a genie to care for the lower class. And I'm just gonna take the swig and then I'm just gonna walk away.
Make a persuasion check. Another bold move by Samoon.
Should have got healed first.
I wanted my my decrepit appearance to really sell it. Ooh, that is a nat 1.
You gotta be kidding
nat
me.
1.
Okay.
So Mike's gonna roll up a new
Whoa,
character.
wait a second. Hold up. And you feel this, and then you hear another one. Yeah, just wait a second, sir. And you feel this large wave of water stand in front of you, and then slowly pull you back like an arm. Come here a second. Who is this Genasi? Who is he think he is? What are you talking about, and what did you been drinking? No, I think he's a soil shoe. She is quiet, her eyes are narrowed, and you see that her maiden's hands are shaking as the ewer begins to splash a little bit.
Oh, soiled shoes. Well, after my most recent experience, I would suppose that my shoes are quite soiled. No, this kind lady here, she helped me see that which I did not first see. And so she gave me an experience, and I just wanted to come in the presence of all of you so that you are aware of her kind gesture. And I just wanted to say thank you for the breath of fresh air. You can say that it took my breath away.
You idiots, he is being repulsively poignant. Apparently thinks he's having a little joke. I see you didn't make it into the party without incident. I wonder how much more of your breath there is left to take away. She is now eye level with you and has met your gaze, standing as a woman before you.
I will not argue with you how much breath may or may not be in my little lungs compared to one such as yourself. But I just wanted to again come and just give you my thanks. Now, surely we can enjoy this wonderful event without any further disruption, wouldn't you say?
I was content to leave things as they were outside the gate. It seems you had the gall and audacity to bring it in, which is clearly a sign of the times. That even your kin do not know their manners.
Wait, are you... He burps. Are you saying he's insulting you? Breath of fresh air? That reminds me of a joke I heard. Hold on. Hey, what kind of plant in the desert cries a lot? Hold on, shut up. A cactier.
And the elemental fire genie laughs off, and the water elemental genie just and they're sizzling and splashing with each other. Having no other sensible conversation, she actually turns her eyes to look back to you.
That is a good joke. I've heard that one myself. See, your friends seem to be having a good time, so I think I will just let you go. And again, thank you for our previous experience. I learned a lot. Thank you. At this point, Samoon's starting to realize, like, okay, pushed it a little too far, but, you know, I'm here now.
You reconvene outside the health tent. Hello, may I help you?
Oh, hello there.
Oh, whoa. Form a
Samoon
line,
here.
please.
You
Form a
tell
line.
him.
Whoa,
Hey,
Form a
Samoon.
line.
Samoon.
Form a line.
Excuse me, mister. I'm talking. You're being rude. My friends here need help. I'm gonna go fight a boar.
She did not even want to get in the line.
She's gonna fight a what? Oh
I
my
believe
gosh.
she said she was going to fight a boar.
Excuse me, are you in the line?
Yes, I'm in line, and so is my friend Samoon here.
That is me.
Is that information relevant to your need?
You asked if I was in a line, so yes.
But the fact that he is your friend.
It warms my heart, and that makes me healthy.
Her heart is warm. Write that down. The scribe begins writing down warm heart.
Hi, I'm bleeding, and she just points to her forehead where her big cut is.
Oh!
And I have bruises. And
You are
I'd
so
really
lucky.
like to stop hurting.
Yes, you are so lucky to get in. There was a terrible fight outside.
Oh my gosh. I just missed it.
I thought that it was a costume party.
What about a costume part? What? Is that relevant to my issue?
She begins wiping off the blood and says, "Oh no, this is real blood. It is not a costume."
Yes, I'm really bleeding.
You are able to take the benefits of a short rest. You may heal as much as you need, as they provide medicine and water and bandages and good old-fashioned chicken noodle soup.
Although I don't want to miss this boar fight, I definitely want to watch it.
Bertie, it's a long enough line. As your two friends convene outside, there are clouds in which you can stand upon and then lift up gently in the air 20 feet so that you can get a bird's eye view of this maze. Meanwhile, Bertie, you are asked to be stripped of everything and given a simple spear. The referee says, just like in the good old days, back when we were on land. Am I right? He looks down at your feet and says, Ladenfoot. He points down to his bare feet as well and says, I have a feeling you're going to do quite all right. He asks you for a tip. You any good at fighting a boar?
I'm good at fighting things. I mean, I've killed lots of beasts. I think I could do it.
He mistakes your short reply for, no brains and all brawn. I like it. He goes
I
in
have
for,
a lot of brains.
I'm sure you spilled a lot of brains too.
Yep.
He begins double his bet, letting his cronies know to bet high on this one. So, Samoon and Triyina, you hear whispers in the crowd like, oh, she's definitely boar meat. She's not going to make it. Bet high. This rumor seems to have circulated well throughout the camp. Bertie, the cloud is lifted, and you are thrust into the maze. Triyina and Samoon, how do you respond together on this cloud? You are joined by a man in a tall pointed hat, bathed in a starry robe, and a woman who is an elf.
Do you think they were whispering about our Bertie? Saying that she's not gonna make it?
That is what it sounded as though they were saying to me.
Well, these
I
people-
say we should, if we want to make some extra money, perhaps this will be a good chance for us, because you and I have both seen Bertie fight, and she is
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very powerful.
We should definitely bet on Bertie. These people are idiots.
Well, I mean, they may not be idiots because they don't know Bertie, but we know Bertie, and I think we would be the idiots not to bet.
That's right. Excuse me, sir, ma'am. Do you know how to put a bet in on this?
It's very simple. Bets are 1 to 10.
Uh-huh.
Whatever you put in, well, if you're right, I think you get 10 times that amount. But if you lose, I think you pretty much lose everything. Or wait a second, something like that. I might need to refer to a manual. The elf cuts her eyes over. She says, in Elvish, I cannot believe this is the party that I was assigned to. An insane wizard and 2 soil shoes? What is Skyworld coming to?
Oh, hey. Well, if you'd like to go somewhere else, then by all means, madam. Don't let us hold you here.
Oh, Eladrin, I'm terribly sorry. I did not recognize you. You're with such an eclectic group. Forgive me.
That remains to be seen. What did you mean by assigned to this party?
I was just... And then she just totally throws the wizard under the bus. He's not all there. I think he's been trapped in too many time holes and worm tables, and it's just been hard. He doesn't provide much conversation.
Okay, that didn't answer my question. Are you here to spectate, or do you work for this organization?
No, I'm here to spectate. I'm participating in the party tonight. I'm a guest.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood because you said assigned, so I thought you were here on a mission.
No, I was assigned. There was no other open clouds, so
Oh.
I guess you could say I chose my assignment.
Can I do an insight check to see if I think that she's telling me the truth, or she might be one of the Bite Club members sneaking in for mischief?
10 or higher.
Yes, it's a 10.
She is definitely out of place. You do notice that she's keeping her lips very tight. But when you broke her concentration, she nervously laughed, and you see that she has filed her teeth.
Oh, honey. Okay. So I'm gonna look at her, and I'm just gonna smile real big. And I'm gonna put my, hook my arm through her arm. And be like, I'm so sorry. Maybe we started off on the wrong foot. Why don't you stick with me tonight? I will show you around. We'll have the best time together. My name's Triyina. What's your name?
My name is Triyina.
Triyina? How wonderful. It's so nice to meet another elf here.
She continues to speak to you in Elvish.
Okay.
Do you participate in these parties with
Oh, it's
Feathermore often?
my very first time, and I'm just excited to see everything. Have you been here?
More often than I care to admit.
Oh, well, then you can show me around. You're just going to be my best friend tonight. Also, here's a hint. Bet on the halfling, not the boar.
If I place a bet, I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, well, you should. I'd like to place a bet. I want to, is there people
Yeah.
wandering around? I'd like
Yeah,
to raise
there's-
my
yeah,
hand
easy,
to
yeah.
flag a bookie over.
All right, so Samoon and Triyina, how much do you bet?
I'll bet 10 gold because that's all I've got, and I'm going to
Okay.
bank on Millil's good graces.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Samoon?
10 gold for the halfling, please.
I would do 15 gold.
And my friend Drasanya here, what are you going to bet?
That I will have no interest in a boar fight, but
Oh.
you, I might be interested in.
Well, hold on a second, honey. You came to our cloud to watch the boar fight. You've got to place a bet.
It's mostly to learn about other people. I like to people watch.
You know, the best way to watch people and learn about them is to be a part of the party. What you gonna bet?
You are encouraging.
Yes, I am. It's
Go
a
ahead and
good
make your
time.
persuasion check to see how much she bets.
Oh my gosh, it's 2 9s in a row. This dice doesn't usually do that to me. But my persuasion is +9, so that's an 18.
She puts down another 50 gold. Since we're playing high stakes. She's clearly showing her fangs now, her eyes slit into cat-like eyes. She is showing all of her good graces as a vampire. And interestingly enough, in the world of Skyworld, the light of Luminous is still bright in the standing sky. Does not seem to affect her skin.
Triyina's going to realize that she may have misread the situation, but she's just going to smile brightly and go with it. It's not the weirdest thing she's had to entertain in her life.
Bertie, you're surrounded by just white cloud, maze through maze.
How good of a view did I get? Because you said that I elevated enough to give me a view of the maze, and then they dropped me in the maze, right?
That's part of the contest. You don't get to see the maze beforehand.
Oh.
That would be cheating.
Can I run through the clouds?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I didn't see the maze. Can I hear anything?
You can make a perception check, 11 or higher.
Meanwhile, Samoon is on the cloud. Let's go, Bertie! Find that boy! Woo!
The wizard's still looking through his book. It was something about mathematics, I think. Good.
You're
Bertie.
gonna... Oh, so say, bet on the halfling. That's all you need to know.
Bet half on the... half? Oh, that's
Yeah, half
interesting.
your gold on the halfling.
Perception check was 19.
19. You hear the boar is rooting around on the right side. You got a good gain on its location.
I'm gonna go in the direction that is the right.
Okay. You're going to need to make a survival check then. You're navigating this very complex maze. It's going to be a 13 or higher.
Nope. 7.
7. Okay. You find yourself lost. You've lost the sound of the boar, and you feel like you're walking around in circles. You hear people starting to cheer. Some of them are actually laughing and pointing. And you can see everyone on the clouds above you, and there's this Genasi ranger just cheering you on. And there's a vampire standing next to Triyina. Nevertheless, how do you proceed?
I'm gonna look up at Triyina and be like, "Hey, Triyina, you might want to move a little further away from that. You just move it a little away from that vampire."
Is she calling out to you? You know her?
I have a quick question out of character.
Good.
So when I did my perception check and saw the teeth, like in my head, I interpreted that as she filed her teeth to look like a vampire. And now you've made it clear that she is a vampire. Now my question is, you think Triyina is still under the impression that this is a pretend vampire she's hanging out with?
No.
So Triyina would definitely realize that her initial impression was, oh, whoops, I've just befriended a vampire.
And maybe halfway through you realize she was a full vampire because
She's
she's not
actually
holding,
one.
She's
not holding
it
back anymore. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm perceiving correctly so I can play accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
My smile is just going to kind of tighten a little bit. It's like, oh, yeah, she's a dear friend of mine. It's okay, Bertie. Just, there's a lot riding on this, please.
Okay. And then Bertie's just gonna try to listen again, see if she can hear anything.
Last check, you're going for a 15 or higher.
Nope. It has low perception. I didn't realize there was a maze. I thought it was going to be an arena.
So I guess you didn't pass.
No.
You hear a sound. It sneaks up behind you as it's caught your scent. It is going to hit you with a 14.
Fail.
It zooms right past you, and you flip over on its beyond its back, and now are behind it. Within initiative, it has made the first attack.
It attacked at Bertie! That was its last mistake! Samoon is like
Right,
going
just,
crazy.
Pay attention. This is going to be good people watching for you.
All right, I'm going to rage. Grandma's coming out. Okay, and then I'm just going to turn around and attack twice. I got a spear. Is there a specific dice?
That's a strength plus proficiency. You're going for a 12 or higher. Grandma shows up and says, take the bread out of the oven. Oh! It's time to fight.
First attack fails. Second attack is a natural 20.
Bertie! Fuck it with that spear! Let's go, Bertie!
I knew you should bet on the halfling. See, I told you so.
This is the most exciting.
Okay, that's gonna be 11 points of damage.
One does not simply mess with the Bertie Cartwright.
On its turn, it's going to make a tusk attack. Oh, and that's a 20 hit. I have 8 points of damage to you. You get scraped on the knee.
I'm gonna attack twice.
Okay. 2 fails.
2 fails.
The boar has now snapped your spear. You have both hands on its tusks, and it's spinning you around and around. And it's just twirling you around, and it's creating this cyclone within the clouds. Everyone's tense, watching. The boar is going to slam you down on the ground and attempt to gore you. That's a 12 to hit.
Nope.
It slams into the clouds. You spin over out of the way just in time with just a simple spear head, not a full spear. How do you proceed?
I'm gonna just to keep attacking. I'm gonna I don't have my spear anymore. I don't have my bracers? I had
Nope.
to take them off.
Yeah, you did. You just have the spear head.
Oh, I'm gonna take that spearhead and I'm just gonna charge
Oh,
Charge
look
it.
at all their faces. Look at all their sad little faces. All those people who bet on the board.
First one would be a 21 to hit
Indeed.
and a 24 to hit.
Yeah, let's go, Bertie.
Both hit. Do your damage.
Birdie, birdie, birdie.
Samoon is like jumping up and down. Kill the boy! Kill the boy! Kill the boy!
12 points of
Wait,
damage.
hang on. This is a fight to the death?
Yes, of course. It's a fight to the death. She points over to a couple people that have been gored by the boar, and their bodies are just kind of laid out.
Wait, Birdie, maybe don't kill the boar. Just knock it unconscious. It's an innocent animal.
Oh, it's not that innocent. May I display to you Exhibit A? 3
they
dead bodies.
Well, they started it. They attacked it first. This is barbaric.
Incensed by your... Barb, did you just get off the boat from Dreamland? This is the way the world is. Hunt and kill your food. How else are they supposed to feed all these people?
Well, actually, we got off the cat. But hang on. What's happening next?
Bertie, it's going to make one last attack against you. And that's going to be, not even going to count, 9. Bertie, this time, you actually are able to... The boar goes to charge at you, but you're able to rip from its snout its own tusk. You have its tusk in one hand, you have the spearhead in the other.
Attack.
I would turn away if I were you, Triyina, because this is gonna be absolutely amazing!
Yeah, I thought we were wrestling, not killing. Oh my gosh, haven't they heard of gardening in this place?
Brasinia says, "It's okay, you'll soon see the blood flow in the clouds. It's actually quite beautiful."
Uh-huh. She just bends over and covers her face.
First attack misses, second attack hits. 7 points.
With 30 points, you are successful, Bertie.
Okay, I'm gonna run up towards the boar and I'm gonna take the end of the spear and I'm gonna like slit the hide and I'm gonna skin the thing.
That's so brutal. And he just right in front of everybody finished the boar off. Everyone cheers. And it gets quiet as you have not stood for your victory lap yet. The clouds begin to descend. The maze is now despaired. And everyone just stares in shock as you skin this boar alive. Start flaying it. You do now have quite a impressive boar pelt that is conveniently missing a tusk.
Okay, I'm gonna take that missing tusk and sort of put it in my pocket. And I'm gonna just take the hide and walk out of there. Like,
The 2 hippos were going to approach you to exclaim to you that the rules clearly state you are not supposed to take any spoils of war, but as you are now soaked in the hide and the blood of this creature, walking past them, they just boom, boom, faint one after the other. They are soon revived by 2 other GIF hippos, and you are free. And then the whole place erupts in thunderous applause, especially the 2 djinns, the water and the fire. They're just laughing like this. We haven't seen anything like this in such a long time. As they clap, just billows of steam erupt.
I'm going to take my hide and I'm going to walk out of there kind of covered in blood and from the hide, not from injuries. And I'm going to look around and ask the nearest hippo person, do you know where I can get a shower, and B, where I can find somebody that might be able to turn this hide into like a pretty dress?
This hippo person is just pointing and trying to get the words out. And finally, a giant woman, she beautiful, slender, standing at about 10 feet tall. She says, I can help you with that. Please, come inside. You
oh,
see that
good.
She is the young woman that was standing next to her father. Triyina and Samoon, you see that Bertie is being led away by the young cloud giant woman.
Oh.
Yeah,
we need to get with her.
Yeah, Samin's already like taking off,
Wait.
yelling at people. Bertie! He's completely aloof. And
collect our winnings first.
What? Oh, you collect them. I got to go celebrate.
Oh no, they'll give them to me.
Every story comes to an ending, so for now we must conclude. Thank you for listening, Sojourners. Your attention will not go unrewarded, and we look forward to continuing this adventure. If you enjoyed this background music and ambiance, you should visit Tabletop Audio. You can find them for all of your tabletop audio resources need. Seek them out at www.tabletopaudio.com. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can now find Sojourners Awake on Patreon. You can also find us being inspirational on Facebook and Instagram, and now subscribe to my newsletter on Substack. However you choose to sojourn with us, as always, may your story continue.